Let's get it going.
You said it another day at the office. I feel like we just saw you 2 weeks ago, man. What's this experience like for you? This stepping in this big fight on short notice.
It's been fucking nuts. I think I did like 25 interviews, and this lady said, stop being good at them. People keep asking for me to talk. I guess I should just give you guys bad interviews and then you won't want to talk to me.
I don't think that's possible, man. I don't think that's possible. Are you enjoying this? So, I mean, like you said, I know it's a lot of interviews, but man, I think back to Houston, like the love the crowd was giving. I feel like there's never been more support for you than there is right now. I mean, are you feeling this and enjoying this ride right now?
You know me, I'm gonna be honest with you, brother. It's kind of like Tupac said. Like, I've been around at these shows, and I'll be next to somebody and be like, "Oh, that's whoop de whoop," and that's whoop de whoop, and I'm telling my coach, "Oh yeah, that's the whoop de whoop," and they'll see me, and all of a sudden now they're like, "Hey, can we get a picture? Hey, good shit." I'm like, I've been doing this since the beginning. Like we really like what you're saying. I'm like, I've been saying this from the beginning. This has always just been my same intentions, is to inspire, motivate, get people on their feet. I'm just doing the same things I always did. You guys just found out. So it's a little bit interesting. Like, it's confusing. Like, I don't know. I don't know how to deal with this shit.
Well, talk about how this all came together, man. I mean, obviously, he said he wanted a top 10 opponent. Nobody in the top 10 was stepping up. So how did you, did you put your hand in the air? Did they call you? How did this all come together?
My manager called me. He's like, "Hey, Islam needs a fight." And once he said that, I was already like 195 pounds. And I'm like, "You want me to get to 55 in 10 days? This is nuts." I'm like, "Oh, man." And I just got in a fight. Like, I still got some of the scars and stuff from the last one, I was supposed to get my girl surgery. She's supposed to get surgery the next day. So we were kind of prepping that night for her to have surgery the next day. And the call comes in. And I'm going, I know a lot of people got the call before me. I'm like, where are those guys at, Why they didn't step up, Because, to be honest, I just got off. Y'all just let me get out of the cage, and you're going to throw me back in again? I guess you guys are being little bitches, Well, fuck it. I'll do it. Let me show you how I do this shit, Snatch that shit, and I'll go in, Give me paid, and I'll do it.
Amazing. So, everybody's got him kind of proclaimed as being the next champion or a title contender. I mean, when you look at him, is he that good? I mean, is this championship material that you see?
Islam, is he championship material? I know that he's been really downplaying me, and I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. He's a good opponent. I think he's definitely. He's been on this win streak, he is championship material according to wins, if we're going to talk about just wins. But I feel like when it comes to this MMA stuff, it's what product you're selling. I always tell all my young fighters that what kind of product you selling, because we all selling something, and the public's going to buy the best thing that they can find. With Islam, he does what he does, but to be honest, it's kind of boring. Even if he getting finishes, it's still been boring. And so my whole thing is entertainment, excitement, So he can be championship material, but it's just fucking boring. Nobody wants to see it. Nobody cares. I fall asleep watching his fights. And then it's like, oh, there's the finish. And so they can show a bunch of finishes, which is cool. But it was sleeping, it was boring, it's lackluster. Some of these guys, it's just a match. It's just about the win. Everybody just wants to win. And that's cool for those guys. That's never been my intentions. I never really cared about winning. I cared about entertaining. I cared about my style. I cared about what type of shit I'm putting out, And if somebody wants to see it. Because a lot of these things nobody wants to see. They will never be watched again. They will never be played again.
That's why I kind of wondered if you hesitated at all or thought of, because when you think about your style, we think about entertainment, right? And we think about his style, we think about dominant grappling. So was there any part of you that was like, I don't know how I'm going to be entertaining out there. This is going to be, I'm going to have to grind in the clinch and show a lot of, defensive wrestling tactics.
You nailed it on the head, brother. I got a long test ahead of me. with these boring guys. And I'm like, I told Jason that too. I'm like, Jason, this guy's fucking boring. Like, what am I going to do with this guy? So that's the real test. It's making somebody boring exciting. How can I do that? Can I do that? Can I pull that one out of my ass? Let me see what I can do. I think I can do it, you know?
He was here earlier. We asked him, if he was expecting you to be talking to him a little bit. And he's like, I'm actually going to be talking to him. He said, maybe Bobby will talk to me on the feet, but when we're on the ground, I'm going to be the one talking, saying, get up, let's go. Where are you at? So do you welcome that? Does somebody kind of give it back to you a little bit? Or does that kind of get under your skin if they do that? What are you expecting?
Nah, I think that's kind of dope, you know? I think it's dope. Yeah, say what you got to say, brother. You know, and nobody holding you back from your words. Say what you say. You are kind of stealing from your big brother, Khabib. That was his shit, you know? So you're jocking his swag. If he wants to talk, let's talk, you know? But it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. That's all I want to do is make sure that it's fun.
Dig it. Last thing for me, here's the crazy thing, man. You win this fight. I know you just told us recently, you're like, championships don't really matter. You know what I mean? I'm about fighting and getting paid and having fun and being entertained. But you win this fight, all of a sudden people start saying, does he need to be in this title conversation? I mean, he just beat the number one contender. So do you think about that at all? Even though you say titles may not be important, that if I win this, maybe I do start saying, yeah, you know what? Maybe a belt would be nice.
It's the same thing to this day. You know, ain't nothing changed. My intentions, my goals, my pursuit. I never cared about the title, and if it didn't come or came, it wouldn't matter. I wouldn't be thinking about it. If they want to honor me with that, cool. My thing is, keep the money coming and keep my activity going.
When we were in Houston, you said a lot of what makes you you is the fact that you're the only one who puts your hand up, right? When they call, you put your hand up. Is this fight the perfect example of that?
Exactly. Because they had to give it to 10 other guys. Nobody wanted to put their hand up because everybody was scared. Everybody wants to wait for the perfect opportunity. And that's all I've been doing was, hey, pick me. And here it is. They picked me again. I wish it would have been with more time and more preparation. I'm getting thrown into this. And I'm getting thrown to the wolves, and they want me to see what I got. But it's really dope is that I get to surprise people. You know, I feel like he doesn't respect me. He doesn't understand me either. I don't know if he's been watching, but I know DC is one of his guys, and DC's kind of going to let him know, hey, do this and do this, you know. DC's been paying attention to me. We'll see.
When you talk about this fight, you know, obviously everyone, Islam's going to be so dominant. Like he's the new next champ. Does that motivate you? Or like you said, is it, I don't care about him. I just want to put on my show like I always have done.
Bingo. I never really cared about the opponent. As long as they can be a good dance partner. That's really it to me was just, hey, if you're going to bring something exciting to me too, you know, I only care about myself and what I'm doing. I can only control my end of the deal. Your end of the deal, you got to do your job. I did mine. Like I said the same thing with Nazareth. I felt like he wasn't bringing enough out for us to seal the deal with the fight of the night. I should have got it, you know, but I didn't feel like he brought enough so we can get it.
Thanks, man.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.